You cannot hope to get rid of sciatica if you do not understand where that pinched nerve is coming from. There's two very specific places that the vast majority of people will get sciatica, and that is from a pinched nerve in the lowest part of your spine or in this hip area here. Now in this video, I'm going to run through these two different areas, how you can figure out right now where your pinched nerve is coming from, and then I'm going to give you examples and demonstrations of how you can get rid of that sciatica by releasing the pressure on the pinched nerve. The first place that you can get sciatica is in here, in the lowest part of your spine, very often because of a disc bulge or prolapse. Now, you may also have pinched nerves in the lowest part of your spine if you're elderly because of wear and tear in the spine, where you get that degeneration and compression through there, which will also press on the nerves. Ultimately, the way we're going to get rid of your sciatica, if that's the case, is exactly the same. Now, if you have a pinched nerve in the lowest part of your spine, you will often know that because you will have back pain with the sciatica going down the leg. And if you, for example, bend forwards and you get pain in the back, you twist, you get pain in the back, and you get an aching building up in there, and it starts in the back and goes down the leg, there's a very good chance you have back pain and sciatica because of a pinched nerve in the back here. Now, if you have something completely different, which is a pinched nerve in the hip area because of what we call the piriformis muscle or piriformis syndrome, then the piriformis muscle is getting tight and it's pinching on that sciatic nerve, which sends pain down the leg. You will know if you have this because you will have pain starting in the buttock area. It's often worse when you're sat down, maybe driving a car. And what you'll also find is that you don't really have any back pain. You can bend, you can twist, you can move, and there's no back pain, but you do still have this sciatica, starting in the buttock, going down the leg, worse when you sit. Now, if that's the case, we need to then release off that tightness in the piriformis muscle and take that pressure off the sciatic nerve. I've got two exercises for the lower back, two exercises for this area here. If you can do these exercises, you're going to start getting relief from sciatica. So the first thing, let's say we've got pinched nerve in the buttock area because of a tight piriformis muscle. You need to do two exercises. Number one is get a tennis ball or a little cricket ball or a therapy ball or just something in this kind of shape. You're going to place it on the floor or the chair that you're sat on, and you're simply going to sit on the area. It's going to be very painful, but you keep that pressure there, and as you keep the pressure on the muscle, the pain will start to drop down as the muscle relaxes and lets go. This is called inhibition or ischemic compression. So you keep the pressure there, the pressure is really painful in the area, you might even feel it increasing discomfort down the leg. Hold it until the pain drops and then move to a new area. And you find another sore spot, you keep the pressure there. Now remember, the piriformis muscle is behind the big gluteus maximus muscle, so you've really got to get deep into this area. But getting deep in, keeping the pressure there, letting the muscle relax off will take pressure off that sciatic nerve. Another way we can release pressure in that area is with a simple stretch where you bring that leg up, let your knee drop down. So this is not one of those, this is knee dropping down, and then lean yourself forwards. You'll feel a stretch in that area, and then just hold it there. That's as simple as that. So that is how we're going to relieve pressure from the piriformis muscle to take pressure off that sciatic nerve. If you've got a back problem, a disc prolapse, wear and tear, then we need to do two things to take pressure off the sciatic nerve. Number one is decompression. So basically sit on a chair, hands on the edge, let your hips come off and let your hips drop. So when I do this, I can feel almost like a deep compression, traction of my spine because I'm just relaxing everything and I'm letting the weight of my hips and legs traction through. Another way you could do this would perhaps be on the kitchen counter, pop your elbows on and just bring your legs up and let your hips just drop and just hang yourself, or hold a pull-up bar and just hang from a pull-up bar. Either way, you need to decompress your spine. Think of it like this: if you've got a disc prolapse or wear and tear pressing on that nerve, if you compress things more, it's only going to bulge out more and press on the nerve more. We're doing the opposite. We're tractioning down, which takes pressure off that nerve. The next thing we're going to do is called flossing. Now, flossing is all about tractioning the nerve, pulling the nerve through, and then flexing it back up again. If you've got a nerve that's being pinched, you can, number one, release the pressure through traction. Number two, you can just move the nerve backwards and forwards, and it's almost like a stretch through for the nerve. We're not stretching a muscle here. So what I want you to do is sit in a chair and then extend your leg. And as you extend your leg, look up. And what this does is when you look up, you're allowing your spinal cord sort of slack to move down. And as you're straightening your leg, you're stretching the sciatic nerve because it goes right down the back of the leg. So you do this and look up, and then all the way down and bend your leg. All the way up and all the way down. And this is just moving the sciatic nerve in and out of that pinched area. And if you can do this for a good 20, 30, 40 reps, multiple times throughout the day, you're going to start freeing up that nerve and taking pressure off the area, which means less sciatica. Another thing you can do is this. Lying on your back, bring the painful leg up and simply just do this. It's as easy as that, straight up and down. And it may feel like most of the exercises here, it might feel a little bit aggravating initially because of course you've got a lot of aggravation in that area and pinching. But if you're doing it consistently, you're consistently freeing up the nerve, taking pressure off the area, you'll really start to feel and move a lot better. Now remember, if you can't quite figure out yourself whether you've got sciatica coming from this area or this area because it's just a general pain down the leg you're getting and you're unsure, it doesn't actually matter. Because what you need to do is all of the exercises and you're bound to get benefit from all of them, and you'll at some point you're going to hit the nail on the head. If you aren't quite sure and you do some hanging and you really get back pain relief, that's probably that you've got a disc prolapse there. If you're not quite sure but you do some inhibition on the hip, on the piriformis muscle, and you get great relief there, then you're onto something. So just do them all and you're bound to get some sort of benefit and get that pressure off the nerve. There's going to be loads more sciatica help that I can give you. If you click one of these videos, you're going to find more sciatica or back pain or hip pain help.